May my brothers and sisters bring the dead to rest. Dark days are upon us, friend. Arce's foes spread like wildfire. Only his holy relics can save us now. Yes, the legacy of Arce's saints, imbued with his power. Our sacred mission is to find these relics and use them to stem the undead tide. Three Knights of Arce obey my commands. I sent them out to the locations described in our order scrolls, but none have returned. Would you try to find them and bring back the holy relics? Find my knights and bring back Arce's relics. They're our only hope now against the dead tide. Each knight went to a different site rumored to contain a relic. Mathion went to Flyleaf Catacombs, Edweg to Sanguine Barrows, and Cecibel to Lacrata Ruins.
Scourge thumped those toothless runts. By Moloch's left fang, those whoreson dogs, sons of trolls, the first forge burned them! My husband Esmail and I were kidnapped by Oathbound. I fought my way out, but my husband couldn't get through. Damn Osric! I should kill him for this! He's the prince of my stronghold. I left it recently, married a Red Guard. Osric swore an oath to Malakath over it, and sent those Oathbound after us. If he thinks I've abandoned my husband, he's a fool. You are kind to make such an offer, my friend. I actually hurt my sword arm slaying my captors. I could use an ally. If this lot has harmed Esmail, I'll bring this cave down around their heads. Osric was the son of the chief back at the Stronghold. He figured he'd be chieftain one day and decided all the women of the Stronghold were his brides to be. When I left and married Esmail, he was displeased. Osric is everything that's wrong with the old ways. It wasn't that he loved me. He viewed me as property, and I challenged his authority by leaving. He had the Oathbound kidnap my husband and me off the road. Malakath cultists who exact vengeance for vengeance's sake. They must have been pleased. They got to deliver retaliation for the son of a Stronghold chief. Fearing death is cowardly, but rushing headlong into it is stupid. No. Ismail? Is he... No. Don't tell me he's dead. He can't be. Damn Osric. Damn the stronghold. I left peacefully. I harmed no one, left with nothing but the clothes on my back. And in return, they slaughter Ismail? Murder him in cold blood? Osric leaves me no choice. My husband is dead. Killed by a hate-filled mongrel, and his honor must be served. Osric wants to live in the old ways. I'll show him how to die in the old ways. I'll swear my own oath to Malakath with a blood sacrifice. Osric's siblings, Thrug and Larsgug, were with the Oathbound that took us. They should work nicely. Help me get their heads and find a ritual site, and I'll handle the rest. Shouldn't have crossed paths with us, dung heap. That's all they've got? Pathetic.
Fool to come back, Loshgik.
The head of Thrug. He brought it on himself. Let's go. Your weapons! Lushgik. I'll make gloves from your skin. That was for Esmail! Larsgog's cruelty often outstripped that of her brothers. It was the only way to gain recognition in her family. We've got everything we need for the ritual. Come, friend. Let's have a word. I had no love for Larsgog and Thrug, but I didn't relish their deaths. I thought by leaving the stronghold, I was leaving this bloodshed behind. At any rate, we have everything we need to swear the oath. We need to find a place to swear the oath. Oath-bound cults usually have daises where they worship Malakath. There should be one here. This architecture. It's Daedric. I think it'll work. There are 2 pikes around the ritual area. Place a head on each, facing the dais. Then my work begins. I'm going to ask for Osgric to be brought to us. But this will be my first oath of vengeance. Malakath may slay Osgric outright. He may slay us, or both. I've heard he can be fickle. Orcs certainly are. Be prepared for anything. Malakath, God of curses, I appeal to you in my rage. My better half lies dead. My blood burns. My blade hungers. Grant me vengeance. Grant me justice for the honor of my love lost. Grant me Osgric, and I will grant you his head in your name.
Loshgik, I hear your oath. Osgric the Miner turned my oath bound against you. One of my own. And you seek justice for this. Good. Then your anger is my anger. Osgric the Coward flies from your fury. From your champion. I will not have your rage denied. Prepare yourself, and prepare your champion. Osgric comes to you.
Swearing that oath was never going to bring Esmail back. But I hope he's comforted in knowing I've avenged his honor. He never quite understood the fiercer side of my orc tendencies. What those fiends did to him. I pray he rests in peace. There will be an answer for what's happened today. The firstborn of an orc chief is dead. The stronghold will come for me, but my anger runs deeper than they'll expect. I'll gladly pit my rage against theirs. Thank you for all you've done. Honor is satisfied, for all that it will do in the grand scheme. My husband is gone. I need to recuperate from today. Then I will face all comers. My stronghold will not forget me. I'll regret my husband's death to my last breath, but until then, I hope Malakath stands with me.
There you are. I hope you didn't have any trouble finding this place. Ah, I take it Gwendis found you, and I assume that you dealt with Riz Al Ghul. Then we are ready to begin. Let's find out why they tried so hard to hide this place from my memories. A forgotten tumble of ruins in the desolate Lokrata Hills. I found a trap door that should grant us access to the chambers beneath, but it's locked tight. Look around for a way to open the trap door, and I'll meet you at the West Tower. I advise caution, my friend. As with Riz Al Ghul and Camp Tamrith, I have a feeling that the enemy remains at least one step ahead of us. Since I assumed that Montclair's memory was never affected, who knows what we may find in the ruins below. Of course, it isn't as though we're trying to save Rivenspire or anything, now is it? Go ahead, ask your questions. Loraya was a sweet young woman, committed to her family and infatuated with me. She didn't ask for what happened to her, but that doesn't excuse her behavior since. Her father gave her command of a portion of his troops, just as he did with Riz Al Ghul. She's been active in the north and east, creating blood fiends and causing chaos. I assume she has her eye on North Point. It would make a handsome prize. When you restored my missing memories, I recalled that the Ayleid manuscript mentioned two ancient outposts, the Doomcrag and a place in the hills to the east. My research indicates an Ayleid ruin lies beneath this abandoned Breton fortress. I'm not sure, but there must be something here that we need. Why else would the two Ayleid outposts be linked as they are in the manuscript? First, however, we need a way to open the path down. Without that, this ruin is nothing but a dead end. Loraya was a sweet young woman, committed to her family and infatuated with me. She didn't ask for what happened to her, but that doesn't excuse her behavior since.
Who are you? You don't look like a skeever. By Arkay's beard, it is good to see a friendly face in this evil land. Yes, a tomb held the broken scythe blade that killed Saint Octavian. I hope it helps our cause. I was just about to leave when I saw you enter the ruins. I must return to Alvarin with this relic.
Over here. Did you find anything that might help us? Over here. Did you find anything that might help us? Over here. Did you find anything that might help us? What are you still doing standing there? We have to find a way to get that trap door open. Over here. Did you find anything that might help us? dead. Can it be? It is! A veil has been cast upon these ruins. It's just as I expected. Loraya knew I'd come here and has placed an obstacle in our way. As I feared, the delay caused by my missing memories allowed Montclair to reach this place before us. This veil, it has Lorea's deft touch about it. Loraya has placed a veil upon these ruins. It's a simple illusion spell that she amplified using the power of the Lightless Remnant. It hides the true topography and makes us see exactly what she wants. She set the trap, and we walked right into it. And we pushed forward. Lorea's veil is far from perfect, and she made it specifically to hinder me and my vampiric charges. She wasn't expecting you, however. You should be able to guide us through the veil using the tears that litter the illusion. I can handle these pitiful creatures. Fight our way through. The way ahead appears blocked. I'm sure it's another illusion. The veil hid this gauntlet of traps from us. We need to move through this area with caution. Real chasm, or another illusion? We probably shouldn't chance it. See if you can locate another This way. With the veil torn, I can see a way up over there. We need to clear this portion of the veil so that we can move forward. See if you can rip open a tear and shred this illusion. Whenever you are, my friend. I just hope that there are a sufficient number of tears for you to rip apart. I'd hate to get trapped within Lorea's veil with no way out. Hopefully that's the last of the veil. Let's see if we can get through that door now. Well done, my friend. I'll meet you on the other side. I think what we're looking for is just beyond this chamber. The item we seek is through here. Follow me. This must be what we're looking for. Amazing. It's as though it has been waiting for us all of this time. I wonder, is this book real, or just another of Lorea's illusions? Remarkable. It appears to be an intact volume of Ayleid lore. If it's real, then this is what we came here to... No. This can't be correct. This is all about the Remnant of Light, before it became corrupted. It mentions that the Remnant requires a vessel to make full use of its limitless potential. A container for its abundant power. That seems likely. Between the relic's magic and the vampiric abilities I inadvertently provided, Montclair has become more powerful than I expected. The book also says that if we break the vessel, we break the relic. I will need to think upon that. Well, my friend, it appears that the book is real and not part of Lorea's illusion. I believe it will be of great help to us in the trials ahead. That said, I have much research to do. Ancient Ayleid isn't my native language, you know. I believe so, yes. I have much more reading to do before we get to that point, though. Know that we wouldn't have this advantage if not for you. I could never have navigated Lorea's Veil without your help. While I continue my research, you should head to North Point. Gwendis caught wind of Lorea in that area, and I had her direct Durell and Tamrith to take their troops north. I'm sure they'd appreciate any help you can provide. Baron Dorrell considers North Point to be his seat of power. He has a number of holdings there, including a lucrative maritime endeavor. It makes sense that Montclair would send Lorea there. If they control North Point, they control the North. Gwendis reported that North Point has been sealed. I fear Montclair already controls the city. Find Baron Dorrell. He commands the troops amassing outside the city. I'm sure he has a plan in motion. Talk to the Baron and see what you can do to help. I expect that Baron Dorrell and his troops will have found a good vantage point outside the city. While you help them liberate North Point, I'll continue to study the Ayleid book we discovered. Very well. Ask your questions, and then I expect you to make your way to North Point with all due haste. Finished? I have only just begun, and I certainly won't make any progress while we stand here and continue to discuss matters that have little immediate relevance to the mission at hand. As far as I can tell, no one other than Rizal Jul and Lorea have seen Montclair since the events at Doomcrag a few weeks ago. He could still be atop that desolate peak. On the other hand, he could be anywhere. So stay on your guard. Certain? No. But her hand was definitely present here at Locrata, and we know she commands Montclair's forces in this area. I expect you will face Lorea before your work at North Point comes to an end.
Too old, my tusk. I'll show him too old. What's this? Another stranger strutting into my town? Perfect. I'll probably give you the mayor's job. Experience? Phew, you don't need that. Just ask the new constable. Me? No. Why would I be frustrated? 10 years as town constable, and the mayor just up and decides to fire me the other day. Can you imagine? Says I'm getting too old, and the new constable will do a better job. The dung-heap bastard. That's the thing, no one even knows him. Gavindian, that's his name. He and his bailiff sauntered into town last week, and now he's constable? Something smells wrong. Say, think you could poke around and try to find out what's really going on? Sad times when I have to rely on a stranger. But I do appreciate you asking around. The mayor, the jeweler, the miller, they're all acting strangely. There's something they're not saying. I'll be back. You have to understand, I've known these people for years. Shared drinks with them, gone fishing. I thought we were friends. Then all of a sudden, the mayor fires me. And now no one even has 2 words to spare. To me, that's strange. My drinking? By Moloch, no! I haven't had a drop in years until this happened. I quit a long time ago, after I woke up with a skinny little wood elf in my bed. As for today, this is my last drink. Well, maybe one more.
You there! Please! You must help! Traveler, please. Have you heard tidings of the Edrold family? I've just come from their manor, and they're gone. Just gone! I've just arrived from Wayrest. Preparations are underway for my Arlie and I to be married. When I returned, the estates were deserted. Her family, the servant, gone. I don't know what could have happened to them. No, I don't. Arlie's parents have owned this estate since before I was born. We were to be wed here, but a month from now. I know that Rivenspire has bigger problems right now, but this is my future. Will you help me look for them? Thank you. I'm fairly competent with a dueling blade, but I'm out of my element here. Let's start in the manor house. There has to be some clue there. Not much to say, really. I was in Wayrest, sealing writs and appropriating documents in preparation for the wedding. To come back only to find my beloved missing. It's most disheartening. The Lady Arlie Edrold, of the Westmark Edrolds. A storied family of some means. Arlie's granddam was a powerful mage, you see. Her adventures took her all over Tamriel. We were betrothed when we were children, and this has been my home ever since. Quiet as the grave. Wherever they are, they're not here. That trapdoor led down to an undercroft beneath the manor, but Arlie's mother sealed it up long ago. Dolki was causing her worry. The servant? My word! We should search her quarters. Perhaps something there will hint at what happened. Arlie's room. Dear sweet Arlie. If anything's happened to her, I don't know what I'll do. There! Stendar's mercy. Better have left some clue. This might be it. This seems to be Dulce's diary. She was concerned. She writes about Arlie's sad smiles. Missing me, no doubt. She brought Arlie flowers. And then they went to the windmill. Oh dear. Well, it's just that the windmill is our spot. Me and Arlie's. It's where we went to, you know, rendezvous. So why would she take Dulce there? It doesn't make any sense. Not much. Not about that, anyway. Wait. They saw the Baroness hide something away at the windmill. It doesn't say what. Traveler, the Baroness never goes out there. Why would she hide something? Nothing. Nothing. But I'm shaking like a leaf. Here, take it away from me. Let's go. Let's check out the windmill. When we were here to get away from the world, what I wouldn't give to have her with us now. That's the key to the Undercroft. That must have been what the Baroness hid here. But why? We should investigate. Arlie told her mother. Then it's true. It's all true. The Undercroft. Steel yourself. We don't know what's down there. Arlie's mother did this? She summoned a Daedric prince to... But why? Stendar's mercy! What is that? Are you seeing this? What did you just do? It's getting hot over here! The air is starting to fill with dust! That did it! Do you think we'll be all right? Going through there? I have to admit, all this fire and brimstone business, I'm a bit flustered. Well, discretion is the better part of valor. But no, you're right. Let us see this through. Arlie's counting on us. Arlie!
Thrice damned hero you are. If my ribs weren't so bruised, I'd give you a hug.
You've done it! Arlie, she's alive!
Thank the Eight. When we found the portal closed, I feared the worst. A little tired, but unhurt. Dulcie and I managed to overpower our captors. Mother and Father, they're still trapped. I'm afraid to ask, but would you be willing to look for them? Federic brought you, didn't he? I knew he'd not forget me, but I worried. Dulcie, will you go with our new friend? I need a moment with Federic. Oh, I knew he wouldn't abandon me. Thank you for coming. If we get through this, we will be in your debt. During the night, there was a crash, and these terrible creatures crawled up out of the basement. Father, he tried to fight them off, but they overwhelmed him. They caught us and dragged us here, to this awful place. No, but there are ruins everywhere. Maybe near one of those? I'm sorry, but I'm not sure.
Let's get moving. Arlie, be safe. Please, don't tell Arlie this. Her mother's responsible for bringing us here. She may not be happy to see us.
Hey! Over here! Help! Please! Daedra everywhere. Took my wife, my daughter. I don't know who you are, stranger, but thank you. Be careful. These Daedra, they're animals.
Listen, this whole thing happened because Arlie's mother didn't approve of us spending time together. Even though things didn't work out for her, she might not be happy to see me alive. Look, it was nothing. We grew up together. With Federic so near, she could never see me for anything other than a playmate. When he left, I thought I had a chance to tell her how I felt. Ever since we were children, I always thought she was special. In my 10th year, I made her a cloak. A bearskin from a hunt her father took me on. Seeing it around her shoulders, it was wonderful. I don't know. I asked her once, but it made her sad, so I stopped asking. Federic gone to Wayrest, we had more time together than ever. I think, in time, I might have stood a chance. Maybe. But her mother would never have it. She did all this. She made a pact with Daedra just to stop me from getting close to Arlie. I know she didn't mean for all this to happen, but... This lava goes on as far as I can see. How can anything live in this place?
Please, I don't want to die. The Daedra. They took my little girl, Arlie. Have you seen my Arlie? Oh, thank Julianos. I should have never gone into the Undercroft. I should have never taken that key. Ask Dulce. None of this would have happened if she... But it doesn't matter now. I just want Arlie to be happy again. Is that so wrong? One last thing. The Daedric Lord here, Valark, has a relic called a Sigil Stone. It's attuned to our manor in Rivenspire. If it isn't destroyed, she could come through at any time. Please, promise me you'll destroy it. Thank you. Julianos guide you in your quest.
There it is. That's where they keep the Sigil Stone.
Another mortal come to play? Well now, I've broken a sweat.
Funny. She's not as scary now. Arlie!
Such an awful place. I could have lived my entire life without knowing of such things.
My friend, you are truly a hero worthy of song. I can't begin to express the depth of my thanks. You've done so much for me already. Might I ask your advice? My future. As we've walked together, I've come to see how small my life really is. If you hadn't come along, my dearest Arlie and her family would be dead. And perhaps myself as well. I feel... perhaps I should strike out on my own. Become like you? You are right. Of course. Had I not left, none of this would ever have happened. There is something to be said for strength of arms, but it is not to be my lot in life.
Everything goes back to the way it was? I don't know how I feel about that. Federic's back, and Arlie, she really does care for him. Seeing the look on her face as he stepped through that portal... Look, I'm just a servant. If me being around causes problems for her, maybe I shouldn't stay. I will, and when If I return, it will be as an orc who has struck her name into the face of the world. Thank you, my friend, for inspiring me. Before you go, Arlie wants to speak with you. She's waiting just outside.
I know you were only thinking of me, Mother, but I sometimes wonder about your temper.
Thank you for saving us. To think I nearly killed us all.
Oh, our savior, thank you again for everything you've done. Only to say that without you, none of this would have been possible. My father, my mother, Dulcie, maybe even Frederick. We would all be dead right now. If you ever have need of a home, please, you will be welcome here.
Arlie, I know this is sudden, but I'm leaving for Wayrest.
What? But why?
I've learned all I can here. These last few days have taught me anything. It's that I must learn to stand on my own.
I think I understand. But Dulcie, you will always have a place here.
Baroness, I know you're angry with me, but I have always thought of you as a mother. I will try to do you proud.
Dulcie, I may have overreacted. Know that I am sorry for what happened. I should have listened to Alan.
Take care of yourselves. I will write when I can.
We'll miss you.
And you.
There is no choice in the matter. The constable says we need your wagon and your horse.
But what will I do? If I can't haul grain, I can't make any coin. My family will starve.
Have you forgotten? You do want us to keep your family safe, do you not? I suggest you close your mouth.
What in oblivion do you want? Unless you can haul it yourself, don't tell me you have a load of grain that needs to be ground at the mill. The constable's deputy just confiscated my damn wagon. Look, I don't know you and I don't need you meddling in my personal affairs. I'm not looking for trouble, and I'm not saying a single damn word about the new constable. You'll mind your own business if you know what's good for you.
Welcome to Fell's Run. Normally, we'd welcome you with open arms and throw a feast, but not this year. We had a terrible harvest, and times are hard. Might be better if you moved on and spent the night in North Point. Come back next year. She caught you out at the edge of town, eh? She feels betrayed, I know. I hope someday she understands. The last thing I wanted to do was hurt her. My wife and I both have always treasured her friendship. My wife? Oh, she doesn't exactly know. Well, she's been sick. Yes, she's sick. Hasn't left the house for days. Poor thing. Yes, I should actually get in there and check on her. No time for idle gossip. Take care now. I think perhaps it's best if you go ahead and close up the shop early today, Lady Mondori. In fact, why don't you go ahead and do that now?
Yes, Constable Gavendir. I'll close up right away. Just don't do anything rash. Oh, hello there. You must be new in town. I'm sorry, but the jewelry shop is closed for today. Constable Gavendir's orders. Oh, I think he's worried about security. Yes, with the rumors of bandits robbing people on the road, we have to be careful. There's supposed to be a big parcel of amethysts coming in from the mine, too. Gods, I hope it gets here safely. Strange? No, nothing. Nothing at all. Why would you ask? Oh, well, there's Gaspar. He's a little soft in the head. He's run out of town and refuses to come back. I worry about him. He really should go back home.
If you're looking to buy something, go inside and speak to Sabir. I'm sure he has what you need.
No, I'm not coming. No, I'm not. Don't even ask. I'll come back, but only when Gaylord says it's safe. Yes, that's right. Only when Gaylord says. Gaylord told me to stay right here until then. Gaylord is my friend. He looks after me since my parents died. Gaylord said it isn't safe in town. No. That constable. Gaylord recognized him from Daggerfall. Said he was a bad man. Gaylord went to meet the constable, but never came back. Gaylord went to meet the constable in the constable's new house. Just there, to the south. Used to be the fisherman's house, but the constable took it. The fisherman just went away. I hope Gaylord didn't go away too.
Oh, my head is pounding. 3 loaves of bread and I'm still foggy. I don't care what happens. Remind me to never drink that rum posset again. You were asking around town, though, about that toothless run of a constable. Did you learn anything? Hostages? I knew those bastards were up to something. Damn. Constable Gavendian just left here with Lady Mondori. Bailiff Sagabar's still upstairs, though. We should try to get into his room and see what else we can find. Well, I bought this sleeping draft so I could sleep off this headache, but I guess I won't be napping now. Take it upstairs and find a way to distract Sagabar. Slip it into his drink. Then follow him into his room before he passes out.
When a woman opens up to you and really lets herself be vulnerable, that's your chance. You just have to take it.
Look, I have just about Oh, sorry. I thought you were that lecherous bailiff again. He tries to grope me every time I bring him a drink. Gall and pox, of course not. I'm a barmaid, not a strumpet. Besides, I know his type. He may talk sweet, but get him behind closed doors and he turns mean. I try to avoid his kind. What, from looking at my bottom? If I knew how to make him stop, I would have done it hours ago. No, I just want him to leave me alone.
What do you say? You interested in having a bit of a laugh? I developed this little trinket to summon a Banekin. I thought it would impress the Archmage, but instead it got me kicked out of the Mage's College. I was thinking of testing the trinket here. You know, to frighten someone and have a laugh. Here. I was thinking the barmaid. But if you're crazy enough to try it on the bailiff, all the better. Depending on how it works, maybe I'll go into business selling these things. Let's see how it works.
I do not understand why this inn is so popular with travelers. The beds are like rocks and the mead tastes like the sweat of a dog. I will not spend one night more here than is absolutely necessary. Oh, sweet Tuwaka, save me. It's a Banekin. Suddenly, I don't feel so well.
Now that my skull's stopped pounding, I'm ready to crack someone else's. Did you find anything in that Redguard's room? Do we know where they're holding the hostages? All right, we've got to go get them. That's the most important thing. Did you find anything to explain why Gavendian went to all this trouble? He didn't do it so he could just steal my job, did he? Then maybe I should stay here and rouse the bailiff. My head's clear, but my legs are still wobbly. You go to the old mill and free the hostages, while I drag Sagabar to the stocks. He'll tell me what they're planning. One?
Those Montclair traders ambushed the guard at Hinault Farm. I heard a stranger on the sea.
Praise the Eight! Did you kick that stupid thug's teeth in? I don't know what was worse, being held hostage or smelling that ruffian's breath. What about the robbery, though? Did you stop them, or did they get away with the jewels? You didn't know? That's why they were holding us. Gavendian was waiting for Loraviv Mondori's big amethyst parcel to come in. He was holding the three of us hostage to keep the town in line. Hours ago, that thug Bullzog was actually going to execute us if he didn't hear from that crooked constable soon. You really...
You were the one who slipped that draft into my mug, were you not? I cannot believe I fell for that. This isn't right, you know. It was the oppressiveness of Redguard society that drove me to become a bandit. Yeah, I blame society.
Poor mother. She didn't deserve this fate.
Damn bastard Gavendian. Did it all for the jewels. And got away with it, too. Yeah, he got me good. I'll survive, but he cut Loraviv's throat. He didn't have to. He just did it to prove a point. I thought I could be cruel, but he is a monster. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe if I hadn't confronted him, he wouldn't have killed her. At least the hostages are all right. You did your part, and you did it well. We can't let that maggot-eating bastard Gavendian get away with this. Old Sagabar wasn't so tough after he got into the stocks. He told me where Gavendian went, where their camp is. What I want to do is go after Gavendian myself. But that's not going to happen anytime soon, and I don't want him to slip away. If you're willing, then yes. Do whatever it takes. Just put him down. Oh, and retrieve the jewels, too.
I've been waiting for my husband to return from North Point for weeks. If something happened to him, I just don't know what I would do with myself.
I'm hurt!
There's always a hero in every town. They always come after me, and they always die.
Sagabar and I were just making bets on whether you'd return. Looks like Sagabar's a two-time loser. Did you do it then? Did you kill Gavendian? Thank you. I suppose it will do little to console young Reuben, but at least we can give Lady Mondori a proper funeral. I got my job back. The mayor's even increased my wages. You have my gratitude. By Moloch, you have the whole town's gratitude.
Nice of you to finally join us. Those damn Montclairs have locked me out of my own city. If any of my people have been hurt, I'll kill Montclair and his daughter with my bare hands. You know how to get things done. Join up with Scordo and help him find a way into the city. I'll keep the troops on alert and ready to move on your signal. North Point is an important trading center, with many House Dorel holdings. Whoever controls the city controls the northern region of Rivenspire. If I were Oblivion bent on conquering the area, it's certainly what I would do. My son, Elec, was in charge while I was at Shornhelm. If he's still alive, he must be somewhere inside the city. Beyond that, the entire populace is loyal to House Dorel. But I have no idea what kind of forces Montclair set loose within my city. Reports indicate that Baron Montclair hasn't been seen in weeks, though this mess has his fingerprints all over it. His daughter Larea, on the other hand, isn't afraid to show her face. We're assuming she's in command here. Prior to her mother's illness, she was a charming young woman, a real magic-using prodigy. Now it's like she's been replaced by a dark seducer. Men and women will do anything to please her. And she's shown a remarkable affection for extreme cruelty. I sent Scordo and a small group to establish a secure base among the farmhouses outside the city. He's supposed to find a way into North Point and then send us a signal. Since that hasn't happened yet, I assume he's still working on it. Countess Tamrith went with him. Against my better judgment, I might add. And that fancy knight Darien decided to tag along. He's gotten rather friendly with Scordo since he arrived. I hope they can slip inside, or this is going to be a long siege.
Now, where have they disappeared to? Good help is so hard to find these days. How splendid! Look, Stibbins, it's our friend, the one from Glenumbra. What good fortune. I was just saying to Stibbins, I do wish someone would come along who has proven their worth. And then you turned up in answer to my summons. I'm looking for a cup. Not just any cup, mind you. A Mage's Guild cup. They call it the Emerald Chalice. The Nord mage Malafar stole this relic. I offered my assistance and tracked Malafar here to Berghafen, home to a group of Nord exiles. Patience! I was just getting to that. I acquired a few hirelings and sent them in to look around. They haven't returned. Now I need someone to go in there and find the Emerald Chalice. And my lazy hirelings as well. Of course. Oh, I knew I could count on you. If you find that blasted cup, you will have my eternal gratitude. Of course I'm worried about my hired help, as any woman of noble birth would be. But the chalice is a priceless, irreplaceable relic of historical importance. You really can't compare the two.
No sign of them yet, eh? Too bad. They were nice enough fellows.
It possesses some kind of enchantment. But as to why they call it emerald, I have no idea. The Mages Guild was adamant about making sure it returns to them in one piece. I don't know much. Malafar was the leader of a Nord clan back in Skyrim. He and his clanmates were banished for performing dark rituals, so they came to this forsaken wilderness. He stole the relic, and the Mages Guild sent me to retrieve it. Lazy, good-for-nothing loafers, if you want my honest opinion. They insisted the caves were full of goblins. That's ridiculous. My sources tell me that Malafar and a clan of Nords moved into these caves. No one said anything about goblins. I don't know much. Malafar was the leader of a Nord clan back in Skyrim. He and his clanmates were banished for performing dark rituals, so they came to this forsaken wilderness. He stole the relic, and the Mages Guild sent me to retrieve it.
So my lady convinced you to help her? Of course she did. She's ever so good at that. Well, be careful in there. I'll save you some stew for when you get back. Yes, of course it's me. Who were you expecting? Molag Bal? I really wish people would stop bringing the matter up. It's clear I've recovered, isn't it?
Wait, you there? I'm not a goblin. No, listen. Breton. Not here. I can show you way out. I make sure goblins leave you alone. Follow me. Now we can talk safely. This lady, Laurent's fault. We told her about goblins. We had contact, and the lady pays well. She wanted stupid cup. She needs to know the cost of recovering the cup. The stupid cup. Anyone who drinks from the cup turns into a goblin, and the cup's owner can control them. Where do you think these goblins came from? Malofar betrayed them and turned them into a goblin army. It is too late. I think the cup's magic is forever. Feel more goblinish every moment. Fate, destiny, and another goblin fancies me. Don't drink from the cup. You don't want to turn green. Maybe the lady should drink from cup. That would show her. Follow me. Out the back. Don't tell her. Make her pay.
You've returned! Smashing! Were you able to recover the Emerald Chalice? Wonderful. Please, set it on the table. I want to take a good look at the thing before I pack it up and take it back to the Mages Guild. My hirelings? Oh, yes, of course. I'm glad you found them. Now, please, put the cup right there, if you would. Oh, my goodness. How terrible for them. Positively ghastly. Well, nothing to be done about it now. The chalice, if you please. Oh, really? And what, pray tell, is this secret? A goblin, eh? That explains what happened to the Nords. And I suppose that's why they call this relic the Emerald Chalice. Goblins are greenish, you see. Well, now we know. I suppose I might be able to. I would need a little blood. Stibbins, hold out your arm. This won't hurt a bit.
Yes, milady. Please, try not to get any on my clothes. Blood is murder to get out.
Now just hold still, Stibbins. Now you, Goblin, drink from the chalice.
What? What's happening?
Oh dear. That was an unexpected side effect.
Well now, that is a relief. To think I might have lived out the rest of my days that way.
Perhaps I shouldn't have used Stibbins' blood. He must have gotten caught in the spell somehow. Ah, well. I'm sure I can figure out a way to undo it eventually.
I don't understand. How can I cook dinner now?
I need it.
Please, do not strike me. I am not with the bitter hand. I am as a tree buried beneath the ground, stuck in darkness and doomed to die. I am not even a bandit anymore. Yes, I admit I was with them, and I admit that I did bad things. I have robbed, and I have beaten, but I have never just cut down an innocent person. When the bitter hand began this practice of murdering people, that is when I decided to leave. Well, as you can see, they did not like that. They say I know too much, that I cannot just float away down the river. They will soon kill me, unless a kind soul like yourself would release me. Then I can go and put down new roots in Shornhelm. Yours is truly a generous spirit to release me from this dark place, but I would be most ungrateful if I did not tell you the entire truth. If I am truly to leave here, to put down new roots and find new life, more is needed to be done. My misdeeds were not only connected with the bitter hand, they were also entwined with another. There is a Breton woman who was a partner of sorts. She sold the items I acquired. She will not be happy if I try to end our arrangement. She is not far. She is in Fell's Run. Her name is Brigabeth. I would go speak to her myself, but she would cut me down. I was only thinking, since you were helping me here, you might speak to her on my behalf. As the mud is my mother, I will return your generosity, stranger. I go from here to the chapel in Shornhelm to repent of my misdeeds. Find me there at the chapel, and I will ensure you receive a fruitful reward for your help. Thank you. I will see you again in the chapel in Shornhelm.
You walked into the wrong farmhouse, Montclair! Well, kiss a troll and call me Pumpkin. I know you, from Shornhelm. Did Baron Dorell send you? I was the orc, in the cage. Not my most shining moment, but it's not like I'm a noble or anything. No matter, I'm just glad you're here. It's a disguise. What's wrong? Don't you like it? Is my helmet on crooked or something? We're going to sneak into North Point. Not usually my approach, but Countess Tamrith and Darien helped us get this far. No idea. He went to scout around and hasn't come back yet. So far, we've learned the patrols outside the city consist of untrained fighters with orders to keep people away. Only the officers seem to know what's going on inside. I suggested busting a hole in the wall, but the Countess decided we should save that as a last resort. Darien went out to search while we took care of the farmers. They came to us for help, and you know how the Countess feels about refugees.
May the light bathe and bless these people. May it guide their way and grant peace to those they have lost. I promise to serve the people of Rivenspire, my friend. That doesn't mean I get to sit in a tower and make others take all the risks. Besides, these poor farmers are in need of a healer, and that just happens to be one of my specialties. Not much, I'm afraid. The soldiers we captured won't give up any secrets. But we do know they are totally committed to Larea Montclair. Darien went out to see if he could learn more. He's been gone for a long time, and I'm starting to get worried. I'd appreciate that. Look toward the eastern farmsteads. Montclair's forces seem to be concentrated in that area, so it stands to reason that Darien would be curious about what they're doing there. Just be careful, and don't give away our presence.
Do your worst, lackey to a foreign crown. I won't tell you anything. Well, I guess that would be all right. I am a guard of the First Order. A member of the Blood Talon Cloaks of House Montclair. More than that, you won't get out of me. Why could that possibly matter? Really? Your beloved Countess would never stand for that! You're bluffing! You're the one? You killed Rizal Jul? I'm just a guard. The officers know what's going on, but they never tell us anything. All I can tell you is they have a camp to the east, on the coast. If you want information, you have to talk to an officer.
Can you believe it? The officers won't tell us a thing. We're not even allowed in the city.
I was wondering when you were gonna show up. Want a bite? Reconnaissance, but keep your voice down. No need to wake the good captain. And know what I learned? There's not a single guard in North Point. Not a one. Lorea ordered them to get out and to keep everyone away. Isn't that enough? I was fairly proud of that bit of espionage. But you're right, there's more. The good captain here let slip that there's a smuggler's tunnel. Leads right into the heart of the city. It's our best option for getting inside.
My, Sir Darian. That was impressive. But when it comes to smugglers' tunnels, I think there's a thing or two I can teach you.
I'm not sure how to respond to that.
I must say, Darian certainly has a way with the ladies. That's not how I'd go about extracting information from the enemy, but I can't fault his results. The old smuggler's tunnel should lead into the city, if we can get through it. Well, the smugglers who use the tunnels installed a gate. Gives them a monopoly on the black market in North Point. The tunnel will get us into the city, if we can get past the locked gate. The smuggler boss is a tough pirate. Goes by the name of Lagra. If anyone has a key, it's her. But the Montclairs attack any boats that approach the city. There are wrecks up and down the coast. If Lagra's still alive, that's where we'll find her.
Don't worry about me. I'll throw on some armor and go with Gwendis. Put the old team back together. But first I need to leave a flower for the lovely captain here. Give her something to remember me by.
Torch it!
What do you think you're doing on my ship? Do you know what I did to the last stowaway I found? Well, the last time I looked, my hold didn't lead into the city. Wait a moment. My key! If you're one of those Montclair bastards, I won't go down without a fight. Now give me back my key. Well, you're a tough one, aren't you? All right, we'll do it your way. I was coming back to get my key. I need to get into North Point myself. Rescue my gang. Why should I let you have the key when I have my own needs to consider? At the moment, all I care about is the safety of my gang. They were inside when the city fell. But if this turns out to be a trick, Oblivion won't be big enough for you to hide in. The tunnel's in the cove. It will take you into the city. The tunnel is inside the cove beneath the lighthouse. That key will unlock the trapdoor.
Come on, I'll take you to where the others are waiting. Tell us you found something, hero. We could use some good news.
I'm not interested in news. Just tell me you found a way to get us into those tunnels.
I'm not sure how Montclair and his troops stand this armor. It's itchy and it smells like rotten mud crab meat.
I find it hard to believe that Baron Dorel allowed a smuggler to dig a tunnel into his city, and right under his very nose. Still, it is our good fortune that this tunnel exists. The light truly shines on those who need it.
The army waits for my signal out beyond the farms. I want to keep the damage to North Point to a minimum. Marching soldiers have a habit of destroying persons and property, even when they're trying to be careful.
We slipped the farmers out and sent them south with a few soldiers. Now I'm ready to break a few Montclair heads!
Tell me you found something good, hero. It's not like the fate of Rivenspire is hanging in the balance or anything. Right then, let's go see what Lorea's doing in there. But brace yourself. I don't think we're gonna like what we find. North Point. It just feels empty. I sense life in there, but it's faint. Barely perceptible. We need to be ready for anything. His lordship, the Baron over there, wants us to head inside, see what's going on, and secure the area. He wants us to be slow and careful so as not to damage his precious city. Good job getting that key, by the way. Now let's go save North Point. I need to let Verandus know what's going on. In the meantime, talk to Scoldro. He knows the city like the back of his hand.